Hello and welcome to the Flagstaff County podcast. I'm your host, Kerry Castagna, Communications Coordinator for Flagstaff County. Today I am joined by Bobbi Way, Executive Director of the Battle River Community Foundation. Welcome, Bobbi.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're listening to the official podcast of Flagstaff County. Now, Bobbi, we got lots to talk about, so we'll dive right in. For listeners who may not know you, can you share a bit about your background and what brought you to the Battle River Community Foundation?
Absolutely. So I spent the first 18 years of my career in Grand Prairie working in municipal government. That included everything from policing to recreation. And then about 4 years ago, I moved to Camrose and I worked with the primary care network. My husband and I got invited to the community builder dinner that was hosted by the foundation. And we left and I said to my husband, I could absolutely work for that organization. And a year later to the week, I was the new executive director.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So that
pretty
just
cool.
happened to work out.
It did. It was an opportunity. The previous executive director was retiring and it was my chance.
All right. So for those unfamiliar, what is the mission of the Battle River Community Foundation and how does it serve the region?
Sure. So I would say that a lot of people are unfamiliar with endowment funds. So to explain those first, we receive donations and we invest that money. And then we grant out of a portion of the interest that we earn on those investments. So we're structured to be able to grant forever because we don't dig into the principle of a donation. And the community foundation is basically like a savings account for our region. So our mission is to create a permanent legacy that benefits the community, fosters the spirit of giving, and meets our donors' wishes. And really, we want to just enhance the quality of life in the Battle River region.
Okay, and you do a lot of great things right here in Flagstaff County.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll talk about those in a minute. So let's just move on to the Reading University. What is it, and why is it such an important program for the Flagstaff area in particular?
We are passionate about Reading University. One of our founding board members helped facilitate or bring the program to our region. A friend of his had a program similar in the States, and it's right now a partnership with the Battle River School Division. So they operate the program and we fund it along with our generous donors. And it runs through the month of July for students in grade 2 to 4. And it's an opportunity to build their confidence and increase their skills and really just inspire a sense of possibility in each of the students who participate, but it's to grow their reading skills. Um, they need to learn how to read in order to read to learn.
Oh,
And
for sure. Yeah.
yeah, so it's a great program that we're really excited to bring back to Flagstaff this summer.
All right. And when was it? So it's coming back, but when was it here before?
We had been running it for several years prior to COVID. And
Oh,
then
okay.
obviously things had changed during that time. And we tried last summer to bring it back. And there was just some challenges with timing, with getting registrants. But there is opportunity this summer and there are spots available.
All right. So what's the experience like for students and why should families consider registering?
So students, it's like a fun summer camp, but they are in that fun summer camp with other students from likely from their area or from even maybe from their class who are also there learning how to read, and they're getting to do fun activities like treasure hunts that all involve learning to read. They get to write letters to members of the community. So maybe they'll write to a police officer who will write back to them and tell them about why reading is super important to their job.
Oh, yeah.
And different opportunities just that make reading fun. Last year, I was able to attend the graduation for Reading University, and parents were so excited to have kids who were excited to read. Like one mom said to me, she's like, I found my son sitting reading. And it's summer and it's nice. And he
Huh.
was sitting reading. This kid didn't like books before this,
Oh,
which
very
was
cool.
exciting for them.
Nice change from playing video games, right?
Exactly.
So, did you say there's spots available for students?
There are, yes, absolutely. So
Okay.
there's still some slots available.
So, how can families sign up or learn more?
They can call 780-672-6131. And that'll get them to school division, who will be able to answer all their questions. It's free of charge. So parents are able to register their kids for the month of July. And yeah, it's exciting.
Can you say that phone number again one more time?
Absolutely. 780-672-6131.
All right. So, moving on to the 30th anniversary. This year actually marks the 30th anniversary of the Battle River Community Foundation. Congratulations. And what does hitting this milestone mean to you and your team?
It is so exciting. So it is a milestone that's a great achievement. And it just speaks to the reputation of an organization in our community. It's a testament to the dedication of our donors and our volunteer board members and ambassadors and the partners who believed in our mission. The milestone is just an opportunity to talk about all the amazing impacts that through donors and partnering with charitable organizations in our region, we've been able to impact people, individuals, families.
Okay, now you haven't been around for the last 30 years,
Mhm.
but can you talk a little bit about some of the foundation's proudest achievements or most impactful projects?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's what amazes me is what started out as a small initial donation of less than $2,000, which then the initial board members contributed of their own money, is now $28 million worth of endowed funds.
Wow.
In 30 years. It's a huge amount. And it's just been because of generous donors and the foresight of our founding members to really set us up for success in the future.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was
Huh.
reviewing a fund that was created out of a gift and a will. And that donor had only ever given us $75 in her lifetime. But through her estate, our portion of what we received from her estate created a $500,000 fund. And
Oh,
now
wow.
annually, that fund will grant out $15,000 and continue to grow. So
Wow.
forever, it will have impact.
That's a
And
lasting legacy. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And in her lifetime, she was only able to give us $75, which also made a difference.
Wow.
Um, yeah, it's pretty
Huh.
incredible.
So, any plans to celebrate this year, the 30-year milestone with the community?
We haven't planned anything specific to 30 years. What we've done is kind of put a 30-year spin on all of our existing events. So we will be having our annual open house and our community builder dinners, and it will give us an opportunity to talk about that past, present, future legacy. That's really exciting.
All right. Now, I want to talk a little bit about community grants. Now, the deadline's coming up. The foundation's community grants are open right now until June 16th.
Mhm.
So who's eligible and what kinds of projects or organizations can apply?
Absolutely. So we have a broad range of opportunities to provide grants. So we have 460 funds. Now, not all of them are part of our community granting, but those 460 funds each have their own individual need that is intended to be met through giving. And so there's lots of different opportunities, but any organization that is a registered charity with the CRA or qualified donee, which the CRA says is a school division or municipality, or a nonprofit or society that has a qualified donee partner. So if you are a nonprofit or a society that is either partnering with your municipality or can partner with a like organization that you have a similar charitable purpose that happens to be a registered charity, you can apply. I know it sounds super confusing if you've never done it before, but you can just call our office and we would be happy to walk you through it.
Okay. So for local charities or nonprofits who've never applied before, what advice would you give to encourage them to take that step?
Well, I would tell you that it is a fairly simple granting process. Now, This is our first year moving to an electronic process, and we're really excited about it. We won't have to carry a box of grant applications from board member to board member. But our application is pretty simple. It's not arduous like some other funders. Basic questions about your project. So I would say check out our website, call our office, and just try. We have funding for everything from animal welfare to food security to health and wellness. And we can often fund things that other organizations can't. So we can provide seed funding that would allow you to have or receive funding from, say, a provincial grant. If you have to have a certain amount raised before you can apply for those, that's oftentimes what we're able to do. Or we're able to just pay for, sometimes it's staffing, training that you can't get funding for other ways, or we can pay for things like an ice machine at a hospital, things
Oh, yeah.
that don't always get funding elsewhere.
Yeah.
We're pretty unique that way.
So the possibilities are limitless, it seems. Um,
Truly.
can you give us some more examples of what would be funded through the BRCF grants? Like maybe some that have been in the past that have
Hmm.
made a real difference locally?
Yeah, so two that I really love that have been in the Flagstaff County. One would be the Caravan. Now, obviously, we are not the only funder of that. We collaborate with other organizations to fund the Caravan, but it has made such a difference for people in some cases, but like truly life-changing
Hmm.
difference to be able to provide transportation for medical appointments, and we're very proud to be a part of that. And then the other one I just love is the community suppers that take place in Killam. It has fostered such a sense of community with those folks who've been able to attend. And for us, it wasn't a big donation amount, but the impact and the stories I hear every time I go visit anyone who's involved, it's incredible. It's impactful for me. So.
What excites you most about the future of the foundation as you look ahead to the next 30 years?
Mm. I'm really excited about the opportunity for innovation and collaboration. We're at this point in the foundation where we are able to springboard off of what has been created before us, which is super exciting. So we are engaging with our community in a different way. We are leveraging technology to be able to do things in efficient ways. We're, being very mindful of how we're spending donor dollars. We're funded entirely by our donors. We
Yeah.
are completely autonomous that way. And so we just are trying to look at any opportunity to partner and amplify our impact. And it's super exciting. We have a great team right now, both in staff and board members who are just excited for the future, which is wonderful.
So how can individuals or businesses in the community get involved or support the work that the foundation is doing?
So we have like 460 funds. So an individual or an organization can create their own fund. They can contribute to an existing fund. They can, just even share about the organization. They can come chat with us. Last year, I had a board ask me to come speak and explain how the foundation worked. They were interested in potentially creating their own fund. And one of the individuals in that room decided to be an anonymous donor and start a fund for them just out of that conversation. So you just never know.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Huh.
there's so many ways, and we're just excited about what we can collaborate on.
All right. Is there anything I'm forgetting to ask you or anything at all you'd like to add, just maybe make people aware of?
Well, we are having our open house at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, June the 18th at the Jean and Peter Lougheed Performing Arts Center in Camrose. So if you have questions about the foundation, that's a great time to come, and I will be sharing about past, present, future. We'll have a professional advisor come and talk about some of the great things that happen through our professional advisors. And then you can always check out our website, which is brcf.ca, or give us a call. Obviously, I love talking about the foundation, so I would happily sit
Hmm.
down with anyone. Um, I would love to share more than we have time for in a podcast.
It's incredible what you guys are doing and all the good things you're doing out there in the community.
You know what? It's really exciting when you look at, where this started, and that little seed of less than $2,000, and how I shared that it's now at 28 million. But I can look at, there's one of the funds that started right in that first couple of years that it was started with $100,000 donation, and it has now granted out $120,000, and the fund is currently sitting at $180,000. So
Oh,
when
wow.
you do the math of that, we've granted out more than the initial investment, and
Yeah.
there is more in that fund to maintain it. Like that fund is an example of what we are setting out to do, is create that savings account so we can support this community forever.
Yeah, I think the sustainability is really impressive.
Mhm.
Yeah. So any final thoughts or messages you'd like to share with the community today?
I can definitely speak on behalf of myself, the board, and my team that we just want to express our heartfelt gratitude for our um, community members, both our donors and our advocates, and just their unwavering support. Like, we don't have the reputation we have because of anything other than these great people who've come before us in this past 30 years. We're just so honored to be a part of it now, and what they created and what we get to continue to create and build into the future. It's an amazing opportunity.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Bobbi. It's been a pleasure speaking with you on the Flagstaff County podcast.
Thanks for having me.